Oh,
hello. Hi. Okay, great. All right, I'm going to jump in with her right now.
So, hi. So, for those of you who are following me, you may not know actress Bailey Curran yet, but she's an actress in Hollywood, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me into your home.
Yeah, thank you for coming so much.
So we were going to be talking today about, you know, healing and what's kind of like going on in the world. Dog walking by.
Oh, we've got dogs, we've got horses here, we've got everything. So if anything interacts with us, you know, whatever. And spirits, maybe.
Yeah,
you
right.
never know. So
they're always around. Anyhow, we want to talk today a little bit about, you know, maintaining your own vibration and not being led by fear and that kind of thing, and to be grounded and keep your vibration high. So we're going to, in a little bit, I'm going to be offering a meditation for grounding and then bringing in light and love and prosperity and calmness and those things. And I'd like to invite you to join us. We will be, the meditation won't be too long. It's not going to be like an hour. Don't worry. Don't freak out. Probably like, I don't know, 5, 10, maybe at the most 10 minutes. And then I'll doing a little bit of sound healing with the crystal bowl. And then we're going to go into doing a reading for Miss Curran here. And then we're going to do at least one, maybe more, we'll see, reading for the first person who signed in and joined us. And we may be able to do more as well if time allows. And I just want to give you guys a shout out that I am offering free 3-minute psychic readings if you follow me on Instagram. And if you just go to @Psychic Medium Lorri Walker and follow me, and then give me a little direct message, and I will be in contact.
and she is tagged in my comment section of the live right there. So if you just scroll up, you'll see her Instagram handle. And if you request to come live with us, that's going to enter you to get the giveaway for a free reading on the spot live with us today. So let's get started. We'll do a little grounding meditation. Again, if you have any questions or comments, I have somebody behind the cameras. And through the meditation and the sound healing, you could probably interrupt us a little bit and tell us if they have any questions. But during the reading, we probably won't take any interruptions, but we will get to your questions after.
Maybe just not during the meditation.
Okay.
That would be disruptive for all of our viewers.
She knows it all.
But once we're kind of out, I want to give this opportunity for you to have this experience. It's really important for me that you get to experience that healing meditation. So,
really quick, is there any other questions going on or nothing yet?
Keep going.
Are there waves? You can wave to people back. You just click on the hands. Okay. Okay. Cool. Go ahead.
So I just want you to get comfortable. If you can sit in any way you want. There are some people who say that you got to sit with a straight back and your feet on the floor, but I am quite comfortable with my legs crossed. So do whatever is really comfortable, preferably not lying down because people will fall asleep. So just get comfy, and I invite you to close your eyes, but you do not have to. It's up to you. But it kind of helps us to go inward and not be distracted by the outer world. So if you find yourself, as I'm guiding you, if you find yourself kind of thinking like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to the grocery store, and oh my God, it's gonna close at 8 o'clock, or whatever you're thinking, just realize that you thought about it, let it go, and then just come back and listen to the words that I'm saying, or feel your breath going in your nose, out your nose. Just get very in the moment, in now, because meditation really is about trying to be present in the moment and creating space between the thoughts. So we're going to try to set the thoughts aside and then just be very present in that moment. So, are we ready?
Yeah, can you hand me my water really quick?
Give me an idea where we're at.
John Piccola, hello, John. Oh, I think you know John. Didn't you shoot with him?
Yeah.
With the horse shoot.
course.
Oh,
Yeah, John. Hey, John. Anthony Hernandez.
Oh,
Careful
nice.
when you touch the window.
So this one.
What do
says-
you see in love for me?
And that's Halaika.
Halakila. Well, you know what? We could
I did a
possibly
reading for her. Didn't I do a reading for you?
has Lori done a reading for you?
I remember that name.
Halakila.
Yeah, I think I remember that name.
Hi, Bailey. Hey, John.
Go on.
Anyway,
John, keep watching. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
So the
boring.
thing is, when I do a reading, it's not like I just get words and somebody goes, "Hey, what do you think about a love life?" The way that I do readings is I think it's extremely important for me to tap into you and that you know that I'm accurate about whatever I'm talking about, like your past, your present, your personality. Because if I'm not correct about that, then what is it going to matter if I answer you? You say, "What's with my love life?" I can make anything up, but I want to validate that I'm real. So I need to get tapped into you, give you information that's specific to you. Then we get the question, because then that's really going to be real. Otherwise I could just be making this stuff all up to tell you whatever I want to say. So anyway, we will get to that in a bit. But in the meantime, I want you just to get comfy. You good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're all good. So, all right, and comfy, cozy, whatever it takes. So, I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit, and I encourage you or invite you to as well. So, in the meantime, I want you just to be present. Feel your body where you're sitting now. And then I'd like for you just to start taking a few breaths that are a little bit deeper than you've been breathing thus far. Don't make it forced or uncomfortable. And as you inhale, and when you exhale, I'd like for you just to let your shoulders release, becoming a little more relaxed. Again, just feeling the air come in your nose, filling up your lungs. And you can exhale through your nose or your mouth, whatever's most comfortable. And I'd like for you to imagine during this time that you have a grounding cord, and it's connected to near where your tailbone is, the end of your spine. Now this grounding cord can be made out of any kind of material that you want. It can be a rope, a chain, a vine, a ribbon. It can be any color that you want. You get to create it the way that you like. And I want you to imagine that it's connected to you. Just visualize that now. Create that grounding cord that you wish to have for this moment. And then I'd like for you to imagine that it's connected to you, and then we're going to drop it all the way down into the center of the earth. Perhaps it's falling down. And then when it gets to the middle of the earth, I want you to imagine that there's something like an anchor or a hook, that somehow it's going to be able to secure itself to the middle of the earth. And once that's attached to the middle of the earth, I want you to, in your mind, have the intention of kind of pulling on that grounding cord and make sure that it's well secured. And then I want you to bring your attention back up into your body, your physical body. And I'd like for you to have the intention in a moment, just kind of think about this for a moment. We're going to have the intention of releasing any negativity that you may have absorbed today via possibly the news or other people that have been around you or other words that have been near you. Because as a sensitive, and many of us are, we absorb other people's negativity. We absorb the collective consciousness of fear, those kinds of things. So I want you to have the intention of releasing it and it's going to go down your grounding cord. So with every inhalation, I want you to imagine almost scooping up any negativity. You don't have to know exactly what it is. Just have the intention of letting go of any negativity, negative thoughts, negative vibrations, and allowing it to go down your grounding cord into the earth. And now we're not poisoning the earth with this negativity. In fact, we're going to allow Mother Earth to recycle it, reuse it to create beautiful things. So that's what fertilizer does. So we're letting it go and giving it to Mother Earth. And another visualization you might like to have is imagine a tree with leaves, and the ones that had died and no longer needed, they just fall. They may fall down your grounding cord and go into the earth as well. And I'd like for you just to take a few more breaths each time when you exhale, having that intention of releasing what no longer serves you, what you don't need to carry around. If you want to, you can make it a color, just kind of pouring down the grounding cord. And then, when that feels pretty complete, I want you to visualize your grounding cord, and you're going to take a pair of big, possibly gardening shears or scissors, whatever you'd like, and I want you to cut the grounding cord and allow it to fall all the way down into the middle of the earth. And perhaps it lands like a hose that's just been dropped. And then you're going to just imagine that it's going to just recycle itself and kind of deteriorate and blend into Mother Earth. And then one more time, I want you to create one more beautiful grounding cord. This one's going to stay with you today. And you're going to create another grounding cord, attaching it to the middle of the earth again, making sure that it's secure. And then what I'd like for you to do is you're going to just kind of imagining opening up your seventh chakra, which is at your crown, and you're going to imagine that you're going to be bringing in the light and love from God, Goddess, and all that is, the universe that is full of love, and you're going to ask to receive blessings of peace, calm, love, light, or whatever else you would like to bless yourself with and ask for blessings for. Just imagine this is just pouring in light through your crown chakra, blessing you with light and love, peace, calm, safety, wellness, health. And bringing in this sense of love and unity versus fear and separation. And just giving gratitude for this blessing that you'll be receiving. And then I want you to bring your attention back to your body. Feel where you're sitting. And when it feels right, I want you to go ahead and gradually start looking through your eyelashes, becoming more aware of the room around you. And if it feels right, it's okay if you want to close your eyes again and let me just do a little bowl sound healing to sort of seal that blessing in. And then just take a notice of how you may be feeling now. You might be feeling a little calmer, possibly a little buzz in your body, a good feeling. And then I'm going to just begin with a little reading for Bailey here and tap into her. Okay. So I'm going to just ask you to use your voice to blend with you. So I'm just going to ask you to say your first and last name 3 times. And then I'll be getting some specific information about her, and you're okay with
Yeah, it's okay.
Make sure that
If
whatever.
not, I'll delete this right after. I'm just kidding.
So I
yeah,
make it
just speak very loud.
okay.
So, they can
So
hear.
I may get some information that's about her personality, possibly what's going on in her life, with her life or past, and just to tap in. Once I know that I'm with her, then I'll let her. She may want to ask me some questions, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay.
So let me just get a moment. Okay. Can you say your name 3 times?
Bailey Curran. Bailey Curran. Bailey Curran.
Yeah, so for me, I started seeing colors around you. I started getting pink, white, blue, and yellow. So as I start to feel in with those, I mean, I know you have animals around here, but I do feel like there's a great some compassion, I want to say, for not only animals, but really those that are able to almost, you like to take care of others. Does that make sense to you? Feel a sense of wanting to take care of others, but I also feel like, I mean, I know that I want to bypass animals because I already feel like I know that part.
Yeah.
So, but I want to say that you tend to want to, yeah, it's almost like shelter others from fear. Even that's really interesting. Does that make sense? Like
More animals than humans. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, good. So then, and also, whenever I'm getting this blue around you, I have that's really interesting. So I have it's a variant of blue. So I get dark blue and light blue. And that makes me feel like a great sense of, you tend to have a great sense of loyalty, almost to a fault for you, meaning even though you can be very loyal to others, sometimes it's, you need to cut the cords and you don't. Does that make sense? Yeah.
That's actually, yes, absolutely. This is like my most recent issue that's happening with me.
Well, then I also, with this light blue that I get, has to do with your, so it's got to, I feel like it has to do with 2 things. One is your throat chakra, where, I know you do these things and you're an actress and you speak, but I feel like I get a sense that there's, and you would think because you're an actress you have a great capacity to be able to speak, but I do feel like sometimes there's things that you have inside that you don't feel that you can express. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You don't always get the whole, you don't always lay it out all on the table. You hold it close inside at times. You don't like everybody to know what you're sometimes feeling, and even though you're an actress. I also get this, the deep sense of loyalty. Then the yellow, so the yellow has to do a lot with the way that you show up in the world. And I'm not going to go into that because I feel like I just see that there's times when you're shining and other times when you're not. That's just what I want to say about that. It's like, there's times when I feel like your light is bright and your light is dim, about how you show up to the world.
You can go in detail if you want. I really don't care.
Okay.
Like, yeah, if it's, I have a lot of highs and I have a lot of lows. And when I'm high, I'm high. When I'm low, I'm like very low.
Yeah.
And that's actually good that you bring that up because we can actually bring awareness to anyone who's watching. Are you talking about like maybe like depression type of stuff?
It
or?
feels to me, yeah, it's got to
Okay.
do with, like, the way I see it is, if we're going to be real,
Yeah.
like I feel like there's times when you're almost an extrovert, and then, and I guess as an actress maybe that's so, but I also feel like this great sense of introversion where you go in and the lights go down and you become in a cave,
Exactly.
and it's very, isolating.
I was just gonna say, like,
Yeah.
self-isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I do feel like I'm with you. Is there anything in particular that you want me to look at?
Wow, I'm actually shocked that you did pick up on, like, the most recent, like, emotional issues that I have been dealing with, and that's with what you said about, what did you say? Like, my loyalty and,
and to the point of it can cut you. It's almost like I want to say you cut your nose off to spite your own face, because your loyalty would seem like such a great attribute, but it can come to the point where there's times when you need to like draw a line in the sand, and
like,
that's
I
hard
let
for
people in too much. Like,
there's times when you need to go, enough's enough.
yeah,
Like, no.
I've been feeling like, am I naive? Like, am I, like, do I wear my heart on my sleeve? I'm naive. Like, I give so much to people. I try to help them as much as I can. Like, I
No,
do.
see, I was saying you try to help people.
Oh, okay. So watch. I'll replay this and I'll watch it and I'll be like, hey, you're right. Okay, so, yeah. So okay, we're connected right now because this is the most recent.
Yeah, I can feel that. And then the speaking, like you don't always lay all of you think you're kind of like out here, and she's an actress and she does this thing, and she kind of appears to be like all out here, but I get a feeling that you don't really lay all your cards out on the table, even when you're in, even when you have certain strong, I'm going to say, intimate relationships with other people, sometimes you still don't let it all show up. That makes sense.
Very
Kind of guarded. Like I feel like you almost put certain things in a closet, and I don't mean to come out of a closet, but I mean, like, I get a feeling like, I'm just going to go hide those. We're just not going to talk about that today. That kind of.
Exactly.
Feeling.
Bury them under. I picture, like, what I do is I kind of bury stuff, and then, like, people on my Instagram who are probably watching, like, you probably see my life on Instagram as like this. You know what I mean? Like, is that what you mean? Like, people see me as this, but they don't see the real me as.
And even
this.
people who are close
like,
to you, you don't always, like, it doesn't always. There's a lot of.
It's correct what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and gradually it's been happening more and more where I've kind of like hardened myself. I would say, like, maybe like put the walls up, like you said. Maybe
you won that.
I'm
learning.
I'm learning to kind of not be so like, here I am, like, let me help you. Like, I kind of want to put a guard up and be me, like do me, like, for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what we tend to want to give to other people is really the things that we need the most. So when we want to help other people and we want them to feel loved and to feel special, it's really what we need for ourselves most of the time. But most people don't do their own stuff. They don't. There's not enough of self-love for many people. So it's not just you, but that says a lot too. That if you are wanting to help other people and you tend to be like kind of open and like, here I am, that's really what you want for yourself. Is you want to be able to pull that stuff off the shelf or out of the burial, to be really you and to love you, and it's being shown externally. You are playing out the role, if I should say, of really what you need. But you're using someone else as you, outside of you. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Like you're who our interactions, our relationships are really for ourselves. But anyway, that I'm getting off topic.
So just to be clear for people who are watching, are you saying, like, what I give out is what I'm expecting?
Not expecting. Well, maybe. Okay. So
or what
we
want?
Because we tend to. What we expect of others is because of the way we behave. So, like, you might say, like, well, I did this for this person. Wouldn't they say thank you? Because
exactly.
I would say
oh my
thank
gosh!
you.
I think I said that this morning about somebody.
Okay, so psychic. Okay, so
it's just psychic. Okay, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
So if you're saying that, then you expect you believe that everybody's the same as you, but they're
Yes.
not.
Exactly.
They may have
perfect
grown,
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they may have grown up that you don't need to say thank you because maybe we have servants or whatever, and we don't have to say thank you. So they weren't taught to say thank you. But so what we expect of others is not really them; it's us. So when we have interactions with people, we kind of have expectations, which we really shouldn't, because they're who they are. But what I was trying to say earlier was, what we want, what we give to others and what we want for others is really what we need.
Okay.
So when you want to give to others and you want to, for example, I know there were fires recently and horses were in danger, and you told me about, like, I've got a trailer, I can come and help you with your horse, and being selfless, and it would have been just nice to have somebody say thank you or something like that. That is what you want in return. You want somebody to be selfless to you. That's what you want.
Wow. Yeah.
And so it's a mirror. I mean, I can see it because that's what I do, but most of us don't see that really our interactions with others is what we need. Or
So whoever's watching, can you say thank you to me? I'm just kidding. But okay, so we'll
so question. You have any questions?
Yeah, we'll close this out with this. So what would I say? Okay, so how do I react to my feelings, I guess?
Okay.
Of that, what do you suggest I do?
Well, one is that we really don't have any right to make demands on anybody else. We can't. Well, the Dalai Lama says that have no expectations of the outcome. So if you choose to give to someone, I'm going to get my trailer, I'm going to help you with the horses, then the pure act that you gave to them, just let it be. Okay. Don't expect them to, for example, offer you money or offer a thank you. You did your part. I gave. I feel good. I gave. And if they happen to say thank you or whatever, awesome. But it's our expectations that cause us pain. Because you're disappointed because your expectation was not met.
Exactly.
And if we can give or love without expectation, then we save our own self. We're no longer in pain. We save us from being in pain.
Right.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? So it's our own thoughts that create pain, not anyone else's actions. And so that's one thing, is having give without expectation.
Wow. Yeah.
And then the other is loving yourself. And do for yourself what you want to do for others, because we always think we tend to put us as the last priority. So one of the things that I've learned, I teach this when I do life coaching, and that is when you think of a negative thought, for example, doggone it, that person didn't say thank you or something like that. Really, we just need to. Your mind doesn't know that you aren't criticizing yourself. When we have internal thoughts and they're of a negative vibration, our own thoughts are creating our own hell. Like we're kind of beating ourselves up.
Right.
So when you say, "Oh, that jerk ran the red light," you're going, "But that jerk."
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So just take away the negative thought and just say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And everything's okay. I'm safe. I'm good. I love you. Because if you keep turning around your negative thoughts and keep putting in positive ones, you will reprogram your brain's emotional status. Because right now, most of us are feeding ourselves negative thoughts. So we end up feeling bad.
Yeah.
But who's putting them in there? It's us. We're doing it to ourselves.
Right.
So I would say, when you said how do you kind of feel better, the first thing is don't have expectations. Let them be who they are, and do what you do out of the pure joy of who you are.
Right.
And then treat yourself the way you would want to treat others. And that is, don't talk crap on yourself,
Okay.
or anybody else, because your brain does not doesn't understand the difference between you saying that jerk to saying that jerk. And if you may have heard of the motto, the water experience, that negative words on water creates very bad vibrations, and we are mostly water. So it's the words that we tell ourselves will create our own experience of life.
Kind of like law of attraction.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Like what you
That was
what
harder.
you're thinking that you put out there is what you're going to attract into
Yes,
yourself.
yes.
So-
What you tell your brain, your mind believes. So if you tell yourself, for example, whether it's about somebody else or about yourself, oh, what a jerk. Oh, what a jerk. Your mind will seek opportunities to prove you're right. So you will go, see, like that happened, and
Yeah.
then, see, I told you I was a jerk. I
Uh-huh.
told you. So what you tell yourself, your mind believes, and what you tell yourself, your mind will seek to find proof of it. So you got to stop talking bad to yourself.
And then I just want to repeat again. I know you're a big. This is like your motto. You say, "I love you, I love you, I love you,"
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Just, I love you. I love
If you find
So-
yourself in a negative, anything that's not love or kindness,
Mhm.
if you're like, ugh, if you feel ugh, like
Mhm.
about somebody else or about yourself, just go into like, I love you, I love you, I love you. Do for yourself what you would do for someone else. If you saw you as a little 5-year-old little girl,
Mhm.
would you kick her and tell her what a jerk? You know what I mean? You would know.
Maybe. I'm just
No.
kidding. No.
I mean, you'd probably
Yeah.
like scoop her up and love her and like tell her how
Yeah.
sweet she is and, you know, good girl, you did a good job today. Like, wasn't that you said you got the horse trailer for them? Oh my gosh, you did that selfless thing, you know?
Yeah.
You just want to love her. You wouldn't tell her like, oh, you fool, you know, you wouldn't be mean to her. And that's really the thing, is that our inner child is really what's driving the show. And so we need to love.
It's weird that like really hit me. Like I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we need to love that little girl in you, because that's the one who gets worried and scared and critical and feels hurt and locks herself in a room where it's dark. That's her.
Wow. Okay. Well.
I know we weren't expecting to go there.
Very good. Okay, Mom, do we have any?
Some people said that they wanted to join in the video, but I don't know what that means.
Okay,
Oh,
so
can I go live with
I
us?
will go through the requests and choose somebody to get a free reading from her.
Okay.
Um,
So if anybody wants a free reading, mention it now, and we'll do it now.
yeah. Are there any requests on hers?
She
I'll
had
come up and check.
one.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
That was very on point with like my most
Would anybody like a
recent
reading now?
situations.
Any of you out there like a
right now.
reading?
So-
Just tell us, and we'll do it.
All right, I'll handle
No.
it.
Yeah, one was Aqua Philly.
That's Aaron.
Oh,
Okay, let's see.